Neat stuff, neat stuff.
Hi there, Scary Gary here. Today's episode is it time to shelf it? What you find out when you get a camper is storage is king, and it's very, very hard to have enough storage. Or, I've never seen a case where there's too much storage. The only time it maybe is too much storage is if you put way too much stuff in your camper and overload it. But besides that, you always are looking for better ways to put storage in. And unfortunately, I think people who build these campers think we're all about 4 foot, maybe 5 foot tall at the max. And you can see by the closets that they put in these, my clothes won't hang up in them. They will not. But you can do things to maximize the storage in there. And what we did, when we had the original Loretta, we just took out the top shelf. And that gave us enough room to hang my taller shirts and our taller clothes. And on the original Loretta, there was a shelf below it. And so we only lost one shelf. The Loretta 2.0, that's where they put their hot water heater. And so that whole bottom section there is gone. So when I take the shelf out, what you find out is, man, we've only got really one shelf because the clothes will be hanging on top of the others. You might be able to, put a little bit underneath there, but it's kind of like you want your clothes and your food all mixing side by side. No. So what I specifically did was I took that one shelf that I took out and I cut it at 1 foot wide, 2 segments of it, and then I installed 2 additional shelves. One that was 1 foot wide directly at the spot where it was at before, except it doesn't extend it all the way across, and then 1 foot above that. So we didn't lose much shelf space and we gained all the shelf space in the corner of the closet. Now below our TV, Loretta 2.0 has got this cabinet, and it's a nice little cabinet. We lost the cabinets that were above my head in the original Loretta, so this is like, okay, great. And we just put our videotapes in them. We put odds and ends up there. Now it's all going down below the TV, but it's about 6 inches wide. It's 48 inches at the back, but it's sloped in on a 45-degree angle, so it's not much storage. So I installed a center shelf there, which split it up, and it made it a lot handier where, it's a lot more use. Now, these were woodworking, screwing in, figuring out ways to do, There are many other ways to put shelves in that don't require major construction. Above our kitchen sink, I put some wire shelves that were just purchased at Walmart, I believe. I don't think you can get them there now, but you can get them online. And they weren't very expensive at all. And I basically put 4 little wood blocks down below and put a way that you can take the shelves out. And I just put the wood blocks down with command strips, so everything could be taken out, so it wasn't like it was a loss. Whenever we went from Loretta to Loretta 2.0, they all came over here. Now, the one thing I did was I bought another shelf that had like an extension to it. And the extension I put over another spot, but the actual kind of the glider part, I connected the 2 original Walmart shelves and then just zip tied them down. So now we have like a middle shelf in that cabinet. The shelves beside the bed, they're not made for me, put it that way. But again, there is things you can do with it. I am planning to actually install some shelves inside there, but what we did on Loretta, and I just moved it over to Loretta 2.0, was Mary Lou found some hanging shelves, which they have little compartments in it, they have little drawers in them, and you still have the area behind it so you can store things you hard to get to all the time. But it's a way to have a place to put, we do not have a dresser in our bedroom. So that just gives you a place to have dresser drawers. The last thing that I have with the shelves is probably one of the cheapest and the easiest is a little wood shelf from IKEA.
All right, here's a nice little device that comes in handy. It costs a grand total of about $4 at IKEA. And as you take it apart, it is very simple. It's got about 4 components to it, and of course the key directions, and they provide all the tools. And it goes together very simple.
And I have put those on the inside of the 2 cabinets, both in the bathroom and both underneath the kitchen sink, and they work great. I've put them beside the medicine cabinet. Then you have to find this. You have to have a stud finder. Find where you can be able to put the screws in, because you just can't hang it anywhere on these walls. And the other thing was, I took a little rubber bungee, and just with a little cup hooks, and some places cup hooks, some places I'm using command strip hooks, and I'm putting those on there. And you put your stuff in there. You put the little small bungee across it. Get to your campsites, you open the door, and guess what? Everything's in its place. I forgot one other use for bungees, which these hats, which I seem like I like to wear, maybe, I don't know, because I have follicle problems. What do you do with these hats when you're in a camper? I mean, you put them down, somebody sits on them, and they don't end up being right. So I have used the bungees with some command strip hooks on the wall to keep my hats. And you go down the road, you come along, you take this hat off, you put the other hat on. So, is it time to shelf it? Yes, but I'm not talking about hanging up camping. I'm talking about building shelves, making yourself more space, making yourself more organized, because when you're more organized, we're more happy. All in all, I think I would shelf any camper that I get, because I could always use more space. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next week. Take care.
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up.
Turn on your post notifications.
But the